I think the reason Dan's so deserving of the recognition is just simply, and it's rather cliche, but to say all the hard work he's put in. In his time as the community relations officer, Dan started a lot of new projects such as the Human Trafficking Network. He started a group where he brought together loss prevention officers from all over Midland to get together to exchange ideas and information. And those were just some of the things he did.
I think Dan is so deserving of this award. He's always willing to help people. He's more than willing to do anything to help you out as an officer or anybody at the department. And he's a hard-working guy. He comes to work ready to go.
It sounds kind of silly to say, but it made him a joy to work with, to have that kind of attitude that you knew you could go to a person and say, I need this done, or could you do this? And it was always a, sure, no problem.
I think Dan's a role model. He's on time, he does his job, gets his stuff turned in on time. When I first started here, I worked with Officer Keeler, or Sergeant Keeler now, on a day shift, and anytime I needed anything, I would just, I could send him a message on our computer and ask him a question or get a hold of him, and he'd be more than willing to come out and help or answer any question that I had.
His attitude and his work ethic speak volumes for the type of person he is and the type of people we want in the police department. So I think he could be a role model to younger officers to say, that's how to do the job. That's the attitude to have. That's the can-do spirit. And that's the way to do the job and still maintain a sense of pride and professionalism and still keep a little sense of humor about yourself and not take everything too seriously. Law enforcement can be a rather stressful job. And it's easy to get drawn into the negativity, especially in this day and age of all the stuff that's going on. And Dan never seems to let that bug him. You can always count on Dan for a snappy comeback or a happy story or something funny just to kind of lighten the mood.
I work with him on the Honor Guard. We do a lot of events together. You know, he's when it comes to some of the more emotional Honor Guard events, he's always, very comforting with people if they need to be. He received an award for our helping out with the law enforcement torch run, which helps Special Olympics.
Dan is one that's always involved, to the point that I find it kind of amazing that he's got as much time as he does. A lot of people, you talk to them, they get out of work and they went home and maybe they helped their kids with their homework or maybe they did something around the yard. Not Dan. Dan will tell you how he has to leave here because he has to go to bagpipe practice because he wants to learn the bagpipes as a member of the Midland Police Honor Guard so he can play bagpipes for the Honor Guard. He's able to take the stuff he does outside of work and have it apply to his work. And, hey, wouldn't it be neat if we could do this? Hey, wouldn't it be great if we could somehow bring this into it?
Most of the guys might recognize Sergeant Keeler as what I refer to him as no gas Keeler. He has a tendency to forget where the gas pumps are and put gas in the car. One time we went down the state near the Detroit area in one of our vehicles for an Honor Guard event, and we kind of were getting low on gas, and Officer Keeler was driving. And so we had to make a stop along the way and put a little extra gas in the vehicle to make sure we got back.
It's just interesting to see how much effort he can put into life. And I think that's the thing that I find so interesting about him is a lot of people just go through life. Now, Dan's living it. He's involved in life. And that's pretty cool.